Wells Fargo employees' disturbing death details give office workers pause. What happens if you die on the job? So I guess, yeah, this bank employee, her body was found in her cubicle 4 days after she died. Also, her cubicle. It's not like she had a closed office type situation. Like a cubicle is in the middle of a room, ostensibly, right? It's just like out in the middle of everything. 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme clocked into work at the company's Tempe, Arizona office at 7 a.m. on Friday, August 16, and sadly, she never made it home. Her death went unnoticed for days until a colleague discovered her body slumped over her desk in a cubicle away from the main aisle. A Wells Fargo worker told 12 News, quote, "It's really heartbreaking. I'm thinking, what if I were just sitting there? No one would check on me?" Another employee who exclusively spoke to 12 News anonymously explained that most employees in the Tempe office work remotely, but the building has 24/7 security. That employee suggested that someone should have found Prudhomme sooner. That's the scary part. That's the uneasy part. It's negligence in some part. There's a criminal investigation, but they do not suspect foul play. Did anyone else think of the Stardew Valley opening cutscene when they heard the story skeleton just chilling in the cubicle is real? Yeah, no, I did not, but that's a good point. You'd expect to see this happen to Meg in an episode of Family Guy. True. The article I read made it sound like they kept everyone kind of separated from each other. Yeah, this article says that her cubicle was kind of away from the main aisle. But also, I guess most of the employees in that office work remotely. So, yeah, that's so strange. It's goofy that such a thing could happen. And just like, oh, it's like 4 days later. Womp, womp, womp. I don't know. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Good gracious. She worked herself to death and no one cared. This is some 19th century Russian literature level. True. I mean, she was 60 and working at the office, probably not wearing a mask. Let's not be surprised that people are spontaneously dying. You know? It was probably a heart attack or stroke. Statistically, cardiovascular events are like the number one cause of death in America, and that number is only going to continue to get higher because of post-COVID cardiovascular complications. Do the managers not check to see how you are, say hello here and there? I have never been left without seeing someone all day, even when in my own office alone, right? There weren't any nosy managers getting in her business, I guess. Or maybe someone saw her and was like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to talk to police. This is not my problem. And they just kind of like dipped. I don't know. People are always coming in saying, hey, offering coffee. Boss is coming to see how the work's going and give me more work. Yeah. You would think. Also, it was in Arizona. People have spontaneous heat strokes over there. Well, if she arrived at work at 7 a.m., I don't think it would have been a heat stroke. I know the pandemic is over because we decided. I know. Actually, the CDC is still tweeting things about like, hey, you should clean the air, but they don't recommend masks. Weird. Weird how that works. Mitternacht and I are here to ask you to hit like on the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe. Click the bell if you feel like it. You don't have to, though. Feel free to check out the other links in the description because I sell merch like this cute tank top. I'm running a GoFundMe to try to move 2,000 miles across the country to a place where I have rights. And I have a Patreon he's smashing his face against my face. Yes, the economy is like the volcano we sacrifice people to ensure a plentiful crop. Oh my God, true. Dude. Dolly in the YouTube chat says, you never know. When I had one of my first collapsing/unconscious episodes, when I came back to, a coworker walked by me, said she couldn't help, and then went to the bathroom as I twitched on the floor. Holy shit, you can call someone, just like, no, I can't help you, bye. Have fun on the floor. Like, what is wrong with people? Oh my God. This was a hospital? This was in a hospital? Holy cow, dude. That's wild. Not paid enough to have empathy vibes. True. Like, am I crazy for feeling as though we live in a connected community? That like, certain things are everyone's responsibility. Certain things belong to everyone. You know, like littering. like picking up trash, that's everyone's responsibility. Taking care of if you find a kid alone in the grocery store, that's like everybody's responsibility. Someone collapsing at work, that's a shared responsibility. Like that belongs to everyone. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a crazy communist or something. I mean, hell, maybe that is good enough reason to put this up into a little segment just for that snippet of like, this is like, do we not live in a community? Do we not live in a society where we share responsibility for like it's been a while since I've done this, but I have swept up glass near my apartment's dumpster before, like in years past. When, you live in an apartment, there's a shared dumpster area, there's broken glass. I have personally swept it up before because like that area belongs to everyone. And yeah, there's a recycling bin sometimes and like broken glass, it just happens. But like putting the shopping cart back, everybody's responsibility. Like it belongs to everyone. You're not crazy for thinking that. The problem is the entire system is based on the opposite. Your value is your productivity, and it's always individual and in competition with others. If it's not paid, it doesn't exist nor matter. Yeah, I find that so strange when people are like, if I'm not being paid, like somebody else is getting paid to do that. Like, dude, no, that's not how this works. I will also remind that in this month, it is already 100 degrees out when the sun comes up in Tempe. This is part of the central Phoenix Valley area. The highways can stay around 110 degrees all night, and people will often not fix AC in cars because it's the most expensive, non-essential part of a car to fix. Okay, fair. I guess she could have, maybe had a really hot morning. You would expect people, in an office environment to be talking to folks, checking on folks. I just don't even know what to do. Yeah, exactly. I'm afraid you might in fact be a dirty commie / anarchist / other undesirable. How dare you think of living in community with others? How dare I think of helping old ladies across the street and helping lost kids and calling 911 when I see someone slumped over at their desk? Like, how could I? Crazy. Good God. Okay, you know what? Also, COVID is hitting Arizona hard with after waves of people dying due to the high stress of the environment there. My mom's had 2 lupus flares during the heat waves. Yeah, please report to the re-education Walmart immediately. Thank you to the patrons, especially Bo E, Hapax Legomenon Patient Advocate, Tiago Nascimento, Mersh Rolvag, Sarah A, Jack, Amanda B, Michelle Frateroli, Michelle Winter, Wellington Marcus, Danielle McDonald, Suzanne Maynard, DZXN, Jamie Jam, Nova, Sojo, Pasnell Infinity, Elizabeth Bartell, Jericho, Athiet, Desi Quiche, Celeste, Mr. Atheist, Liam Hodgson, Kevin Young, and Ella V. Nobody.